Simple truth. You reply instantly. Even when you're busy, you say no problem. Even when it is a problem, you apologize. Even when you did nothing wrong, you adjust, you compromise, you let things go again and again and again. And people call you? Nice. At first, it feels good. You feel appreciated. You feel included. You feel like you're doing the right thing. But slowly, something starts changing. People stop thanking you. They stop noticing your effort. They stop asking. They just expect. Your kindness becomes routine. Your effort becomes invisible. Your presence becomes normal. And one day, you sit quietly and realize you're always there for everyone. But when you need someone, no one shows up the same way. And that moment, that silent realization, that's where the truth begins. Let's go deeper. Because this is not just behavior. This is programming. You were not born this way. At some point in your life, you learned something very important. That being easy makes you acceptable. Maybe as a child, you were praised for being quiet. Maybe you were told, don't argue. Be a good boy. Respect everyone. Don't create problems. And slowly, your brain built a rule. If I don't upset people, I won't be rejected. So you adapted. You stopped expressing anger. You stopped disagreeing openly. You started filtering your thoughts, not because you're weak, but because your brain chose safety. This is called people-pleasing behavior. And here's the dangerous part. It feels like your personality, but it's not. It's a survival pattern, a pattern that once protected you, but now controls you. Now let's strip emotions and look at this logically. Human behavior follows patterns, and patterns follow rules. So here's the reality. Respect is not emotional, it's behavioral. Let's break the equation. When you always say yes, leads to your yes loses value. When you never say no, leads to your time feels unlimited. When you avoid conflict, implies your opinion feels weak. So, over time, people calculate something subconsciously. Access to you equals easy. Cost of your time equals low. Risk of losing you equals none. And in psychology, low cost equals low value. That's why people start taking you for granted. Not because they're bad, but because your behavior trained them to. And this is where it starts hurting. Not outside, but inside. You start feeling tired, not physical tired, emotional tired. You feel like you're giving more than you're receiving. You feel like you're always understanding, but never understood. You listen to everyone, but no one truly listens to you. You become the strong one, the mature one, the nice one. But deep inside, you feel invisible. And the worst part? You can't even complain because you created this image. So you stay silent and carry it alone. Now comes the hardest truth. Nice people are not hurt by others first. They are hurt by themselves. Every time you say yes unwillingly, you ignore your own needs. Every time you stay silent, you suppress your own voice. Every time you avoid truth, you disconnect from yourself. And your brain notices this. It starts lowering your internal value because even you are not choosing yourself. And when you don't choose yourself, why would others? This is not harsh. This is psychological reality. Now let's rebuild everything. A new equation. Self-respect equals boundaries plus honesty plus consistency. And here's the key factor most people avoid: discomfort. Because truth is uncomfortable. Saying no is uncomfortable. Setting limits is uncomfortable. But let's calculate again. If you choose comfort, then you lose respect. If you choose discomfort, leads to you gain value. Short-term pain leads to long-term strength. Short-term comfort leads to long-term frustration. This is the trade, and you cannot escape it. Every nice person reaches a moment where something breaks. They stop explaining. They stop overgiving. They stop chasing approval. And suddenly, people say, "You've changed," but they don't understand. This is not change. This is correction. You're not becoming rude. You're becoming real. Being nice is not your personality. It's a strategy built from fear. But you don't need that anymore, because your value does not come from being liked. It comes from being real. So next time, before you say yes, pause and ask yourself, am I being kind, or am I just afraid to be seen?